Physical media man, physical media man, physical media man. What'd you buy? Was it something
What's up, guys? Physical Media Man back here again for another Physical Media Man Monday video. I have part 3 of the DVD collection of DVDs I'm keeping, either because I just think they're cool, they're out of print, they don't have a Blu-ray, or their Blu-ray is super expensive, or could be another reason, but I'll kind of discuss those as we go along. But before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback, do a lot of good stuff down below. I'll leave the links to my Instagram page, my Physical Media Man store Instagram page, my Facebook page for the Physical Media Man / Physical Media Man store, my Facebook page for non-media related items, the Hodgepodge Garage, my email, my eBay, my Twitter, and my Letterboxd account, as well as my Amazon wish list and my website where you can get merch, including this Champion sweatshirt. So yeah, this is part 3. I've enjoyed doing these. I do enjoy having a few Blu-rays in the collection. I do try to upgrade what I can to Blu-ray, but some things don't have titles, or they don't have a Blu-ray release, or they're crazy expensive. So anyways, here we go. First up, we got Dukes of Hazzard. I remember having quite a bit of fun with this. Also, when I was originally buying DVDs, I didn't know too much, or when I was starting out collecting, I didn't know how much of a difference full screen and widescreen made. So this is a full screen edition. There was also an unrated version that I kind of wanted to get, but just have this one here. I'll do it that way. Okay. Next up, we have Dumb and Dumber. This is the unrated, more Dumber Than Ever edition, which I guess is different than the theatrical, which I think I have somewhere because that was one of my first DVDs as well. So I might try to keep that too. I think I have, let's see. I have not upgraded this yet. It does have a Blu-ray, so I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I think it was because I also have Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd, which is not very good, but the scene with Bob Saget is hilarious. Rest in peace to him. But yeah, I kept it in the collection because of that. And I was collecting sequels at one point or another, and kind of still am, so have that one. Next up, for my Ben Stiller collection, we got Duplex. I guess this doesn't have a Blu-ray, I'm not sure. Also has Drew Barrymore in it. Remember enjoying it a little bit. Next up, I'd be excited if they got a Blu-ray of this. I was really happy to have this DVD copy when I found it. Enjoyed this movie quite a bit growing up. We got Whoopi. We got another Whoopi and Eddie. This is also kind of a sports movie, and I just remember having a lot of fun with it, and I recently watched it and it still kind of holds up, so happy to have that one. It should get a Blu-ray release, I think. Next up, we got Electric Boogaloo, The Wild Untold Story of Cannon Films. Thought this was pretty good, was expecting it to be a little better. It does have a Blu-ray, which I think goes for a little more than I thought it would be worth. I also recently got, I don't remember exactly what the Go-Go Boys, I think, which is an MVD documentary release from the MVD Rewind line. I haven't checked that out yet, and I'm definitely keeping that for the collection, so I'll probably watch it and then probably end up getting rid of this because it kind of seems silly to have two of the same type of thing. Next up, we got Empire Records, which I have recently upgraded to Blu-ray. This is the Remix Special Fan Edition, which I think has a little more extras than the Blu-ray. So I might keep this because I really enjoyed this film. It's very good. Next up, we got Encino Man, which I've also watched in the last year or so. I'm kind of surprised this doesn't have a Blu-ray, at least not that I know of or can think of at the moment. Very fun movie. I enjoyed the rewatch. Sean Astin, Brendan Fraser, Pauly Shore. Just a really fun movie. This one I'd like to revisit. It's been a long time since I've seen it. This is an old Hollywood video release of Ben Stiller and Jack Black in Envy. Remember this one being very funny, about best friends that I think they invent something or come up with something that makes them really rich, and then they kind of fight with each other over the money somewhat. But remember it being very funny. It's been a long time. Need to revisit that one. Next up, which had a Blu-ray release, I think that was hard to come by, and then recently got one that was released unrated, and I actually got the Blu-ray, the rated version. I also have the soundtrack to this film because of one of the songs on it, and remember enjoying it. I might end up getting the Blu-ray that's unrated, I don't know, but we got Eurotrip. I remember this one being a lot of fun. Watched it in high school a lot too. Just a funny movie, and the Matt Damon as the lead singer of the band's really funny, and Scotty Doesn't Know, a great song. Next up, I didn't know had a Olive Films release, which, spoiler alert, I ended up picking up from Hamilton Book. We got Pierce and Evelyn. This was a powerful, sad, enjoyable film, if I remember correctly, with Pierce in it. So really happy to upgrade to Blu-ray on that one. I'm a big Pierce fan, as I've said before, so I'm really happy to have the Olive Films release of that in the collection. Next up, I don't remember really liking too much. Probably need to revisit it as well, but have it for the Robert De Niro collection. We got Everybody's Fine. Next up, we got The X unrated with Jason Bateman and Zach Braff. Yeah, I remember this one being funny, but it's been a little bit. Next up, I guess doesn't have a Blu-ray. I could be wrong on that, and I thought this was based on a book, but maybe not. Really good film though. Denzel Washington, John Goodman, and Fallen. Yeah, really good film. Some good music in it. I remember liking it quite a bit. It's been a while since I've watched it, but remember it being very good. I have a Denzel Washington collection, so have it for that reason. Next up, just have for the Sean Connery collection because I don't think I liked it too much. We got Sean Connery, Dustin Hoffman, and Matthew Broderick in Family Business. Next up for my Robin Williams collection, we got Father's Day. Haven't watched this one in a while either, but remember thinking it was somewhat funny. Really like Robin Williams stuff, so had to keep that for the collection. Next up was a kind of strange movie, I thought, but have it for the Keanu Reeves collection. We got Feeling Minnesota. Also has Vincent D'Onofrio and Cameron Diaz in it. I don't know if I'll watch it again. It might be a while before I do, but yeah, keeping it for the Keanu. Next up, if it doesn't have a Blu-ray, I'd be surprised, but I guess it doesn't. I don't know. We got Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore in Fever Pitch. Like I've said before, I'm a sucker for sports films, so definitely had to keep this one in the collection. I also have what it's based on, which is also called Fever Pitch, A Twilight Time Blu-ray about soccer, which I liked quite a bit as well. So, yeah. Next up, we got another Robin Williams. This is a non-comedy one that I remember being pretty good. We got The Final Cut. Yeah. He did some good stuff that's non-comedy as well. Next up, I remember really liking this film. It has recently got a Mill Creek release, which I haven't picked up. I don't know if I'll do or not. Probably try to. Need to revisit this, though. Remember really liking it. We got Sean Connery in Finding Forrester. Next up, we got another Denzel, which I thought might have some sort of release, maybe in all of films, I don't know. We got For Queen and Country. if I remember correctly, he has an accident in this one, and I thought it was all right. I'll probably watch it again at some point, but definitely happy to have it in the Denzel collection. I feel like all his films he's good in. So next up for the Ben Affleck collection, we got Forces of Nature. Also has Sandra Bullock in it. Recently watched this one and still enjoyed it. Same thing with the sports films. We got Forever Strong, a rugby film with the main guy from Never Back Down, which we also rewatched not too long after watching this one. Enjoyed it as well again. Also has Sean Ferris, Sean Austin. Yeah, good film. Remember being disappointed by this one, but have a Samuel L. Jackson collection, so still keeping the DVD. We got Formula 51. This also has Meatloaf in it. Also, rest in peace to him as well. Remember this one being pretty funny. We got Tom Green and Freddy Got Fingered. Haven't watched it in a while either, but I feel like a lot of his stuff never got Blu-rays on. So maybe at some point it'll get one. Next up has a Blu-ray, but it's very expensive. Don't know if I'll ever find it. Really enjoyed this movie as a kid. Still enjoy it. We got Free Willy. And we also have Free Willy 2, which I think might have a Blu-ray. I'm not sure, though. And then I think I had at least one of the other ones. These are all films I've watched, so it's not on the shelf. So yeah. Yeah, but I'm really shocked, especially Warner Brothers, and I feel like it's such a beloved film that the first one hasn't got a Blu-ray is very shocking. Or it has got a Blu-ray, but I'm surprised it hasn't got released again. Let's put it that way. All right, next up is one of my earlier DVDs. We got Jim Carrey in Fun with Dick and Jane. Remember thinking that one was pretty funny. Next up is one that I remember really liking the time I've watched it. I think I've only watched it once. I would probably say it's a guilty pleasure of sorts, or one that I'm not embarrassed to say that I like, but I wouldn't go around telling everybody, I guess. We got Georgia Rule with Lindsay Lohan and Felicity Huffman, as well as Jane Fonda. So yeah, I need to revisit this one. It's been a while, but I remember enjoying it quite a bit. Next up is Get Rich or Die Trying, the life story of 50 Cent. I remember when this came out and really wanted to see it and enjoy it. It's a good film. Next up, it has a Shout Select version that I might try to pick up, but this is the collector's edition of Get Shorty. I really, really enjoyed this film. I actually watched Be Cool first, and I think I knew that this was going to be good, or had heard it was good, and I was really impressed with it. And I think it's got a cool, little bullet holes in the case, and then it's a 2-disc set. So I might keep this one too, just because it's kind of cool. And it also has quite a bit of special features on it. But yeah, I remember really liking this one. So there's the special features. Next up, I think has a Blu-ray, and I might have it. Nope. We got The Ghost in the Darkness with Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas. I like a lot of Michael Douglas stuff, so I have a collection of his, which is I'm saying that over and over again, but this is for the Michael Douglas collection. Remember it being pretty good. Like I said earlier, I have a Ben Affleck collection, so we got Glory Days. This is one of his earlier films. It's 1996, so not really that early in his career, but kind of early, and just kind of when he was still doing random things, so not big blockbusters. So this one I think has a Blu-ray that's very expensive. I remember liking this movie a lot. We got Go. Next up for the De Niro collection, an old Hollywood video rental. I bought a lot of stuff when our local one went out of business, including this. We got Godsend. This is also kind of strange for his. He did some more darker things, I guess I would say, kind of similar to Robin Williams, but Robin Williams was mostly comedy. He has a string of movies that are somewhat similar to what Robin Williams did, though, I would say, with his like Final Cut and 1 Hour Photo. This, I think, would kind of be like the same type of thing. This is getting a Shout Select version, if I'm not mistaken. We got John Candy and Eugene Levy in Going Berserk. Remember not really liking this one, but big fan of John Candy. Might revisit and decide if I want to upgrade to that, but I probably won't. Next up might be the worst movie in my collection, but it's Adam Sandler's first, who I'm a big fan of, so I've decided to hold on to it. We got Adam Sandler and Going Overboard. Next up, we got the original Gone in 60 Seconds, which I do have on Blu-ray, but this is a collector's edition that's pretty cool. And then we got the unrated new extended version of Gone in 60 Seconds, the director's cut, with Nicolas Cage. And this is one of my favorite movies, so I decided to keep the DVD too. It was also one of my earlier items in my collection. I also have the soundtrack to this as well. I like the soundtrack. All the cars are really cool. Just a fun movie. Next up, I surprisingly don't have on Blu-ray, and I know it's gotten, it was showing up at Dollar Trees at one point. I probably should have just bought it then. And then it got a Kino release, which I should have picked up, and then maybe a Kino 4K, which I haven't picked up still. One of my favorite, probably my favorite Western, one of my favorite movies. We got The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This is the 2-disc DVD collector set, so it kind of, yeah, opens up. I don't have it in here, but 2-disc set, and then it also comes with some little like card thing, film cards. I don't know what you would call these. Little card art, I don't know. So it's just like the movie poster in different languages. I'll get it back. It also comes with this little booklet too. So even if I do upgrade, I'll probably keep this one just because it's a nice, cool release. Next up for the Russell Crowe collection, we got A Good Year, much of a romance film, which I feel like he didn't do a ton of. Next up, I remember really enjoying this film. It's been a long time since I watched it. I need to revisit, but I remember at least a few scenes really laughing a lot at. We got Johnny Knoxville and Grand Theft Parsons. I know this didn't get a Blu-ray release, and this is an old Hollywood video release of it. But yeah, I remember enjoying this one quite a bit. This one also enjoyed a lot too. A comedy. Wish this got a Blu-ray. Hopefully it does at some point. We got Grandma's Boy unrated. This is a Happy Madison production. So it's got Alan Covert, who's like in all of Adam Sandler films. He's really funny in it. The supporting cast is also really funny. It's about this guy that like makes a video game and stuff, and it's kind of a, I don't know, just a fun movie. Remember this being really good. It's been a while since I watched it. It's a really cool Blockbuster exclusive release on DVD of The Great Debaters with Denzel Washington and Forrest Whitaker. Yeah, very inspiring film. Very good movie. Definitely worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of Denzel. Next up, another sports film that's very good. We got Green Street Hooligans. movie about soccer and their crazy fans with Charlie Hunnam and Elijah Wood, who are like brothers in the film, and just a very good sports film. Another somewhat sports film that I recently picked up that I was having trouble tracking down in good condition. Been a long time since I watched this, probably right when it came out, which was 2003 it looks like. We got Grind, which is a skateboarding movie. Next up was a Nicolas Cage movie that I like quite a bit. We got him and Shirley MacLaine in Guarding Tess. I feel like this one should get talked about a little bit more than it does. Don't think I've ever really heard anybody talk about it, but remember enjoying it. He plays like a Secret Service agent that's supposed to protect, I think it's the First Lady. Yeah, the First Lady, a former First Lady. So yeah, good movie. Next up, we got Robert De Niro in Guilty by Suspicion. I thought this one was okay from what I remember, but have it for the Robert De Niro collection. Next up, which after doing this, it got a Kino release, which I did pick up. I might keep this too, just because I remember this artwork and everything, and I probably wouldn't get too much for it. So we got the fully baked edition of Dave Chappelle and Half Baked. I remember really enjoying Chappelle's stuff, especially when I was high school, and he was real big at the time, and his show was going on then, and really enjoyed the show. So I went back and watched stuff he was in, and this one's pretty funny. All right, 2 more titles. Next up, kind of funny story. I originally bought this thinking it was the movie, and it ended up being a documentary, which, according to Louis Switcher, is worth a little bit of money. We got Halloween, 25 Years of Terror. So yeah, I bought this thinking it was the movie, got home and watched it, and it was not the movie. I need to revisit it now that I've watched all the movies and stuff. So yeah, and it's got a slipcover. Oh, and I don't have the discs in here. It does have a little booklet. And a little, that's kind of cool. I got a little booklet. I probably paid $10 or less for this. It's got a little, like comic book. That's kind of different. Anyways, there's that. So kind of cool to have in the collection now that I'm more into the Halloween movies and stuff. But yeah, I was originally buying it thinking I was buying the movie. And lastly, kind of spoiler alert for the next part of this series. I have the rest of the Halloween movies on DVD, and I was missing this first one, which I have here, also from Anchor Bay. I've recently picked this up. I have it already on Blu-ray, but since I had all the other ones on DVD, I decided to go ahead and grab it. So pretty neat. So yeah, that's everything for part 3 of the DVD collection series. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you ever want to see any other of my collection, CDs or soundtracks, I might try to do a soundtracks collection video or anything like that. Blu-ray collection, I have them all separated here, and this is just the stuff that I know I'm keeping. So I have a few Rubbermaids over there of titles, DVD titles that I haven't watched yet. So there might be other things I end up keeping down the line. We'll see how all that goes. Of course, sometimes it takes me years to watch stuff that I buy. I'm trying to get better about that and buy more things that I've watched and then try to watch more things I haven't seen. But anyways, I'm rambling. So this is Physical Media Man signing off. Physical Media will never die. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Physical Media Man. Yeah!